Imagine boarding a plane and spotting a man in a MAGA hat casually strolling to his seat. Passengers glance, some curious, others whispering among themselves. But no one gives him more than a passing thought. It's just another traveler expressing their views. Little do they know, this isn't just anyone. It's Elon Musk, the tech billionaire who's built rockets, revolutionized electric cars, and reshaped the world of innovation. Yet today, none of that seems to matter. As the plane begins boarding, tension quietly simmers. A flight attendant approaches, her expression polite but firm. What happens next stuns everyone on board. Elon Musk, one of the most influential figures in the world, is asked to leave the plane. The reason? The hat on his head. Shocked murmurs ripple through the cabin, passengers suddenly realizing the identity of the man being escorted off. But here's the twist. What no one knows is that Elon isn't just a passenger on this plane. He's the owner of the very airline they're flying on. What could have possibly led to this moment? And how does Elon respond to such an unexpected situation? Stay tuned to unravel the full story behind this unbelievable event. As Elon Musk steps off the plane, the atmosphere inside the cabin grows tense. Passengers exchange bewildered looks, their whispers becoming more audible. Was that really him? One person asks. Another nods, pulling out their phone to confirm. It's unmistakable. Elon Musk, the man who runs Tesla, SpaceX, and more, had just been escorted off the plane over something as trivial as a hat. Meanwhile, Elon remains calm, almost unfazed. Outside the plane, he adjusts the controversial MAGA cap, a small smirk playing on his lips. But what's going through his mind? Is he angry? Amused? Or is this all part of a bigger plan? The airline staff, completely unaware of who he is, continue their routine as if nothing extraordinary has happened. For them, he's just another passenger causing disruption. But behind the scenes, this is far from ordinary. Elon Musk doesn't just own a seat on that plane, he owns the airline itself. A quiet power move waiting to unfold. Passengers are left wondering. Who made the decision to confront him? Did they have any idea of the consequences? And most importantly, what will Elon Musk do next? The stage is set for a shocking twist no one saw coming. As Elon walks away from the jet bridge, his phone buzzes. It's his assistant, frantic on the other end. Word has already started to spread online. A blurry photo of Elon in the MAGA hat, surrounded by flight staff, is making rounds on social media. Comments pour in, some defending him, others fueling the controversy. The hashtag Elon MAGA plane is already trending. Elon chuckles softly, amused by how quickly things escalate in today's world. But beneath the humor, his mind is racing, calculating his next move. Back on the plane, the passengers are abuzz. Some are glued to their phones, watching the situation blow up in real time. Others debate heatedly about whether the flight crew was in the right. Meanwhile, the flight attendants are growing uneasy. One of them, a young woman named Mia, starts to piece things together. Wait, what if he's more than just a random passenger? She whispers to a colleague. Her suspicion grows as she recalls his calm demeanor and the subtle confidence in his tone. Outside, Elon gets into a sleek black car waiting for him. Ready? The driver asks. Elon nods, his expression unreadable. Whatever happens next, it's clear this isn't over. And Elon Musk isn't the type to back down quietly. As the plane prepares for takeoff, the tension in the cabin reaches a boiling point. Passengers who've connected the dots begin whispering louder, their conversations spilling into the aisle. Did you hear? He's the owner of this airline, someone exclaims, barely masking their shock. A nervous ripple spreads through the crowd. The flight attendants exchange uneasy glances. Mia, still trying to make sense of it all, sneaks a quick glance out the window. The sleek black car is still parked on the tarmac, its presence feeling more ominous by the second. Inside the car, Elon scrolls through the growing online storm. News outlets are already picking up the story, speculating wildly about the incident. A faint smile plays on his lips. It's like watching a chessboard rearrange itself. He muses to his driver. His calm exterior hides the fact that he's already in action mode, making quiet calls to his team. One thing is certain, he won't let this slide. Back on the plane, the captain announces a slight delay, but no explanation is given. The passengers grow restless, their imaginations running wild. What they don't know is that Elon isn't just sitting idly. He's already pulling strings, setting the stage for a dramatic showdown no one will forget. As the delay stretches on, passengers grow increasingly uneasy. Mia, still trying to shake off the uneasy feeling in her gut, notices something unusual. A group of airline executives has just boarded the plane, their crisp suits and serious expressions adding a new layer of tension. They stride purposefully toward the cockpit, speaking in hushed tones. The passengers are left guessing, their speculation fueling a growing sense of unease. This can't just be about a hat, someone mutters. Meanwhile, outside, Elon steps out of the black car, now flanked by a small team. His phone buzzes again, his legal advisor confirming that they've contacted the airline's CEO. The smirk on Elon's face grows wider. He knows that with one call, he could have this entire flight grounded indefinitely. But that's not his style. He's not here to inconvenience people. He's here to make a point, one that no one will forget. Just as the executives return from the cockpit, the captain's voice crackles over the intercom. Ladies and gentlemen, due to unforeseen circumstances, we'll be returning to the gate. A wave of groans spreads through the cabin, but Mia's heart skips a beat. Something bigger is happening, and she has a sinking feeling this is far from over. As the plane begins taxiing back to the gate, the murmurs in the cabin grow louder. Passengers frantically check their phones, speculating about what could be happening. The executives reappear, this time accompanied by the captain, their faces unreadable. One executive steps forward, his voice cutting through the chaos. Ladies and gentlemen, we regret to inform you that this flight is being temporarily delayed due to a misunderstanding. We ask for your patience as we resolve the matter. Outside, Elon stands near the terminal window, his team gathered around him. The airline's CEO, now visibly nervous, approaches with an outstretched hand. Elon doesn't take it. Instead, he calmly explains how the incident reflects poorly on the airline and its values. The CEO stammers an apology, promising immediate corrective actions. Elon, still composed, nods but delivers his own twist. You'll address this publicly, he says, his voice firm but quiet. And you'll make it clear that respect is not optional, no matter who the passenger is. Back on the plane, Mia watches the gate door open, expecting chaos. But instead, Elon Musk himself steps back on board, still wearing the hat. Gasps ripple through the cabin as he strides to the front and addresses everyone. Today wasn't just about me. It's about a bigger conversation we need to have, he says, leaving passengers stunned. With that, Elon calmly takes his seat, ready for takeoff, as the plane erupts in applause. As the plane finally takes off, the mood on board shifts dramatically. Passengers who had been on edge now sit quietly, reflecting on what just happened. Some are inspired by Elon's calm response, while others are still processing the fact that they witnessed one of the most influential figures in the world take a stand for something so basic, mutual respect. Mia watches him from the galley, a newfound respect forming in her mind. She realizes that, despite his fame and fortune, Elon Musk didn't demand special treatment. Instead, he used the moment to highlight a lesson that resonated with everyone. Up in his seat, Elon looks out the window as the city lights fade below. He's no stranger to controversy, but this felt different. It wasn't about the hat, the airline, or even his status. It was about challenging how quick people are to judge and how often respect is overlooked in the small moments. The storm on social media is still raging, but Elon knows it'll eventually pass. What will linger, though, are the conversations this incident sparked, on board and far beyond. By the time the plane lands, the atmosphere is lighter. Passengers file out, many giving Elon a smile or a quiet nod. As he walks through the terminal, his phone buzzes again. A message from his assistant reads, #hashtag Elon MAGA plane is trending worldwide. Media requests are pouring in. Elon smiles to himself. It's not the headlines he's interested in, it's the impact.